happen. But I am surprised, and I don't know if that was some sort of audio wizardry that they were pulling off in a production truck or what, but no Bray Wyatt chants through the night. Not that I noticed.
No, there was one thing we haven't talked about. I can't remember before which match it was, but they were showing the crowd, and they did a little bit of a zoom on a Right Rabbit.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember which match it was.
There was lots of little bits like that. Before the show, I saw on Twitter people that were arriving at the arena, they were being handed out word searches.
Yeah, I saw that. And when they supposed to have been giving the crowd like signs.
And signs and stuff that ye who enter here, abandon all hope and all that kind of stuff, or exit here, abandon all hope.
So for the first time since it happened, the Wrestling Exposed documentary actually did something right. They said the book of gay out signs.
There you go. But yeah, it was the main event. Really, wasn't the match. It wasn't the match. It was the White Rabbit reveal. And like you said, they timed it right. Riddle's up on there, raising his hand. Well, Cormier's raising his hand on the ramp, and then boom, lights go out. Cole turns to Graves. Are we still on air? Are we still on air? And then this is when we get the reveal.
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
Oh, I loved it, especially because it felt. I didn't think they were going to do like any of the Firefly Funhouse anymore. I thought it was just going to be like a different version of Bray. But when what was the first one that came out? Was it?
Well, the order of how this works out, the lights go out and everybody loses their minds because they're like, "Oh my god, we are going to get something," and all the phone lights are out, the Fireflies are out. They immediately just they just confirm it, and again, we always like, "Oh, it's got to be Bray. It's got to be Bray," and we would have been disappointed if it wasn't.
No, but when they played, he's got the whole world in his hands.
Exactly. As soon as it come out, everybody knew, everyone cheered, and it was like, "This is Bray. It's the song. It's his song. He's got the whole world," and it was that kind of like real like twisted version of it. And then during that, and it kept going on and on and on, building the suspense. And yeah, what you're saying there is the Firefly Funhouse characters in real life. And the first one is the pig, which again, I can't remember his Huskus, I think it was. I think it's Huskus.
The pig boy.
Yeah, Huskus Pig Boy. And it's that, and it's terrifying. And they just have that quick spotlight on for like a fraction of a second, and then poof, it's gone. Then the next one to come up was Mercy the Buzzard,
who I think was someone from NXT. But,
yeah, I've seen a lot of that. But
I think it's Grayson Waller.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that.
But
is Waller, could Waller be Huskus? Because Waller's the one that people are saying like that's kind of like Bray, but over in NXT, right? Like that. No, kind
that's
of,
what's his name?
You know which one I mean? I haven't seen the.
Yeah, I can't remember his name now.
But maybe that one. I've seen like some theories that potentially he could be. If they're going to have people that are already there, that could be Huskus. But anyway, yeah, they do Huskus, then Mercy, then I think it was Rabbit.
Was it a Rabbit?
I think it was, maybe. Then Abigail. Yeah, then it was Abby the Witch, because she's sort of like more down.
Weirdly, I thought it was going to be Alexa Bliss again.
Do you know what I really liked though? One of the two Brody Lee references I caught.
I didn't catch. I know there was some. I never caught them.
I've caught two. If there was more, then comment wherever you're hearing this. But I got two. One of them was Abby the Witch. She's wearing, you know, when Brody was Luke Harper and with Eric Rowan doing the Bludgeon Brothers,
yeah, and
they'd come out in them like skull mask things.
All right.
Abby the Witch is wearing Brody's skull mask under that veil. So she's wearing that. Nice little nod. And then there was that weird, like, I think it was like the burn version of Bray Wyatt, like the Fiend's head, that was just on Michael Cole and Corey Graves' table.
The angle didn't make it easy.
No, I had to watch that a few times, and I've watched this whole thing back quite a few times already now because it really is brilliant. But I'm pretty sure it's Bray Wyatt. It's like it's the burned Fiend head.
It might have been, but I was expecting when Michael Cole says when they had, I think because Michael Cole said everything. It wasn't Corey Graves,
which I liked because it felt very authentic.
But I was going to go, what the fuck is this?
But then you get the final one, which was where I think people thought it was actually Bray because it was the Fiend. It was someone dressed up with the Fiend.
It was fine.
Someone dressed up with the Fiend mask on, and everyone was popping for it. And then it went, and then we kind of like go to the entrance ramp where this door with loads of vines around it's there, and you can see some light peering through and some smoke, some dry ice coming through it, and then they slowly pan up to the big screen, and we get the Firefly Funhouse tune like being like
really
like
slow.
It's slow and winding down, like real creepy, and everything's got cobwebs on it.
Yeah, I love
all
that.
the characters look like they've been abandoned and dead, and they're all just there. And then we get like because the mask that Bray Wyatt comes out in, that kind of like weird sort of devil smiling mask thing.
Yeah.
I still can't understand what he's actually saying, but there's that thing of him on the TV screen wearing that mask and he's saying something, and I think it is like, who killed the world you did. I think that's what it is. But then we get back to the door again, and it just swings open on its own. All the lights are out, and then we just get this one tiny little light.
Yes.
And it's the lantern, and everybody's losing their goddamn minds. Second Brody Lee reference of the night, what I caught here was the blue sort of spinning light behind him. Because when Brody Lee first debuted in AEW as the Exalted One,
yeah,
you know the thing when he's walking down the hallway and he's got the little lamp,
that's probably, to be fair, that's probably the only reference I got.
Yeah,
but I didn't really think about it at the time.
It was awesome. No, I didn't, because the whole thing was just like there was so much to take in. But yeah, watching it back, you catch it. And then he comes out, crowd are going nuts, holy shit chant starts, and it's amazing. And then he just pulls the mask off, and it's definitely Bray.
Yeah,
He's
it's
there.
Not Dallas,
it's definitely Bray.
Do you remember that?
And then it's that I'm here, and that's it. The show's done.
Well, you say he did it after the light went off.
Yeah,
that's only a slight thing.
You can't put it down for that. No, but it's good.
Yeah, and then this weird. It's like an upside down. Is it a wasp or a fly?
A firefly, isn't it? Like a version of like a firefly.
And that's the last image, and that's brilliant.
I'm actually rating that segment because that was the main event, and I rate that Platinum Plus. It was beyond the Platinum for me. I just don't... The way they did everything from the fan and audience engagement to, like, handing stuff out and having rabbits walk around arenas and stuff, and QR codes everywhere. They even had... I'd seen... oh my God, I'd written this down and I haven't got it in front of me. There's one of the other brilliant podcasts out there. I will link this below when I find this.
Right.
But they was live on their show and they called the number for White Rabbit Records when it was coming out on the QR code. And the theory was if you called White Rabbit Records, the actual place, and just said... I think it might have been like if you actually ask them who killed the world or something like that, and the person that will answer the phone to you will just wait and then go, "Let me in, let him in." Like that's how intricate this was. Like it was going out to like things that were nothing to do with wrestling. This was so well done. I honestly think, as much as everybody loves this now, I don't think there's a saying that you don't know you're in the good old days until you're no longer in the good old days, and I think. There's a part of that applies here. I think we realise how good this is, but I don't know if we really truly appreciate how well done this has been.
Oh, no.
And we won't until we're a few years out and we look back on it and go, do you know what? That probably really is one of the best angles and returns in WWE history. I honestly believe that. I really do.
I like to think so. Because at first I thought... they were going to play the Rabbit song, which probably they can't because of legal reasons. That's why they didn't do it in the...
Yeah.
But
it's still... but it could be his new entrance theme.
I'd like it to be.
It'd be brilliant, like a different version of it. I think that'd make, loads of sense. It would definitely fit.
We don't really know which type of Bray Wyatt we're getting.
No. And that's what I loved about it even more. All we needed at Extreme Rules was the reveal of Bray Wyatt. And that's all we got. They didn't give everything to us all in one go, and that's brilliant. Now I want to see Raw. I want to see SmackDown. We don't know if he's going to be on Raw. We don't know if he's on SmackDown. We don't know if he's a heel, if he's a face. We don't know what he's doing.
Because he hasn't beaten anyone up.
No, it was just so good. Like sometimes you only need something simple like that, and it's not that the whole thing was simple. It wasn't. It was super complex, but the reveal was simple. It was Bray Wyatt walking through a door, holding a lantern, just saying "I'm here," and then blowing a lantern out. That's all it was. And it was perfect.
Is it the best? Maybe just. In wrestling in general, the best ending to a big event show? One of.
I think that's a conversation to have after a lot more going back and probably revisiting.
I know people might say things like, obviously, All Out last year with the way that Adam Cole debuted Brian does.
Oh yeah, no, I still maintain. I think
But-
that All Out show last year was great in terms of an AEW
But I mean,
show.
like
but
the way
WWE
the way the show ended.
Yeah.